What are the advantages and the disadvantages of YouTube marketing? Why did I land on YouTube? Well, I have a passion for helping my clients get results, for actually helping them generate 7 and 8 figures in their business. I've helped them become the #1 leader in their entire industry. YouTube is the tool that allowed us to do this, and I'm going to talk about the advantages and the disadvantages so that you can know why we use YouTube and what its limitations are. I'm going to start out sharing all the many advantages of YouTube and YouTube video for marketing. And after that, we'll come back for the disadvantages. The first advantage that I want to talk about is that YouTube gives you an opportunity for a true form of marketing, because there's a difference between marketing and nurturing, and a lot of people are nurturing and call it marketing, right? So if people say, yeah, I've got a social media marketing campaign, okay, what do? Well, we create a lot of content and we post it on all of our socials. Okay, so who sees that? Okay, my friends on Facebook see it, my LinkedIn connections see it, my followers on Instagram, my email list. Okay, these are all friends or connections or subscribers, so they already know who you are. And so if you post something, you're nurturing that relationship. Now, nurturing is very, very important, but nurturing is different from marketing. Okay, marketing is getting your content in front of people who have never heard of you before. So YouTube is a platform where you can both nurture and market. If you have a big subscriber base on your channel and the video that you make is meant for them, you're also nurturing. So how do you market? Okay, well, there are 3 ways to market. You can do paid advertising, so you can pay to put your content in front of people. You can have your video go viral, so it's being shared by them and shared by others, so that it's going viral and being in front of people who've never heard of you before. Or you can show up in YouTube search. So people who've never heard of you before go to Google and YouTube and they type in questions or they type in their challenges, what they're trying to figure out, and they find your video. This has been the most amazing strategy for lead generation, taking advantage of YouTube search. And YouTube search has gotten way better, and Google search has gotten way better recommending YouTube videos. When I say it's gotten better, it's because of AI. So AI is really good at interpreting what people are searching for. And we as searchers, when we go to Google or YouTube, we've been learning with these AI tools and with the improved search engines that we can type in more and more words and be more and more specific, and YouTube and Google will give us better and better results. You can tell I get excited about this stuff, but that's the true form of marketing, and getting in front of people who've never heard of you before. That's one of the biggest reasons why I love YouTube. Another big reason is you have a global audience. So you can be in your home or in your local town, you can film a video, you can post it to YouTube, and it will be seen by people across the country and across the globe. And if you do it right, you can actually become the #1 person in the globe for your topic. Now get this is really cool. And this is going back to talking about YouTube search, but you can be really, really specific on who you target. How do you do that through search? Well, you can do research to find what are the really specific questions that my target audience is asking. Because people are typing in more and more words, they're typing in more information about their level of experience, their demographics, their gender. You can know just by finding these questions if they're an ideal fit for your services, right? So you can answer their question, build a relationship, and these people are going to be likely to hire you. Another huge advantage of YouTube is the analytics that YouTube provides. They provide so much data. They created this partner program that gives us a vested interest, or I should say gives YouTube a vested interest in our success. And they've created tools and made them better and created more and made those better. So we can know exactly why this video performed better than this one and how we can tweak and improve. We have enough data that we can continue to learn and have more and more success. Now, because YouTube is a video platform, video works way better than all other forms of media for building a relationship. I mean, think about this video right here. I'm looking into the camera, and so it's like you and I are making eye contact. So if you were just listening to a podcast or radio, or you just saw a post or you read something, there's value in all different types of media, but video combines all the senses and it allows us to really build a relationship the best. YouTube videos are evergreen. You've probably heard that term before. It means that they last forever. They keep going and going. So when we make these videos that start generating leads and building relationships, 5-10 years later, these videos are still building relationships and still generating leads. So one of the advantages I talked about earlier about becoming a #1 thought leader in your space, let me just give you an example. So Stan the annuity man, He was a smart annuity agent. He knew all the ins and outs of annuities. And he decided, I want to brand myself as Stan the Annuity Man and as America's annuity agent. And he was committed to make that happen, to really become the #1 annuity agent in America. So what did he do? Well, he hired me for my strategy. We started producing his channel, so we were going all in on the strategy on YouTube. But he also did podcasts, and he did radio interviews, and he did ads. He wrote articles and sent them out to different publications. He was doing everything that he could think of. He wanted to be everywhere and truly become America's annuity agent. Of all the things that he was doing, YouTube is the one that he stuck with. It's the one that got results, and guess what? He is America's #1 annuity agent by about 4 times. These are the advantages of YouTube, and you in your business, you can really leverage YouTube to do this same thing for you. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of YouTube marketing? Well, of all the types of content or media that you can create, video takes the most effort. It takes the most time. You not only have to have the content ready and the audio equipment, but you've got to have the lighting and the camera. A lot of other content you can create in your pajamas, but if you're going to make video, you got to look nice. And there's a lot more effort after the fact, such as editing. But if every video is a built-in marketing machine, it is definitely worth all that effort. Okay, another disadvantage is that it's gradual, it's momentum building. Nothing that I've ever done on YouTube, with all the 60 different channels that I produce that are all very, very successful, none of them were a really fast success. None of them were get rich quick. One of the most successful channels that I produce is Jason Schroeder. He's a consultant to the construction industry. When we started out, we would look at the number of views on his channel in a given day. One day might have 5 views, the next day 30, the next day 15, then 40, then 20, then 5 again. Fast forward a few months, now we're up to 100 and 150 and 200 and 150 and 300 and 100. Let me show you where he's at today. So here's Jason Schroeder's analytics for the last 28 days, and we see we had nearly 98,000 views just in this 28-day period. Well, it fluctuates from day to day. So on this day, we had 2,700 views. This day, 4,005. This day, 4,063. 3,369, 2,400, 4,400, 2,300, 2,500, 3,900. It's amazing momentum, but it took time to get there. It starts gradually and it builds, okay, just little by little until you have a lot of momentum. I teach a strategy called the Leaf Strategy. It's what we do on all of our channels to get videos ranked at the top of YouTube. And if you're interested in learning that strategy, I've created another video. It's called YouTube SEO Secret Strategy. If there's anything that I could recommend that you watch on YouTube, it's that video. You really need to watch that video next.